Okay, so today we are going to be doing yoga nidra. So this is a type of yoga, well, it's a type of meditation, and it's actually called yogic sleep or psychic sleep. And I will give you guys a few other ways that uh, what they call this. But I'm going to turn up my volume real quick because it just told me to do that. But this is great for those that can't meditate. If you're somebody who can't sit still, if you have a hard time and you're like, I just can't meditate, this is for you. So I'm gonna get started here, but I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what Yoga Nidra is. So it actually means yogic sleep. It's a guided meditation that brings you into a deep relaxation that basically turns off your conscious mind and keeps the unconscious mind turned on. It keeps you between the state of conscious and unconscious. But when I tell you, so you are going to become unconscious in a way, but you'll be conscious enough to know what I'm saying. So whenever I tell you to come back, you're going to come back, even if you were in the middle of snoring. It happens all the time in this. So it's Sanskrit. Yoga means union. Nidra means sleep. Union through conscious rest is what that means. And so in Ayurveda, I'm certified in Yoga Nidra, but I'm also certified in as an Ayurvedic wellness practitioner. And according to Ayurveda, Yoga Nidra is considered a Vata pacifying practice, which Vata is more air and ether. These are your idea people, your musicians, your 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 hippies. Those are going to be more your Vatas, and they tend to need more grounding and nourishing their nervous system. And this is what that helps with. This can be very healing, not just like on your nervous system, but it can be very healing on the body. It can even help people with PTSD, weight loss. I've seen it be something that we've helped people um, with multiple things. So uh, it helps create stillness in the mind. And in yoga, we talk about the mind being like a lake, and the more still it is, the more you are likely to see your reflection. And all along, the divine's been right next to you, like a mountain, and now it can reflect in you. It wants you still your mind. When you still your mind, you allow healing and integration of things that you learned to come into your life. So Yoga Nidra helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, particularly the ventral vagal nerve. So this is what allows masculine and feminine to balance out. This creates a calm, cool, collected feeling in yourself. The sense of safety. You can feel a deep rest, and this meditation can be restful for you. So this it allows Yoga Nidra allows the nervous system to pause without freezing and to rest without collapse. So before we can begin, I want you to get ready. Lay down in a comfortable position. You're on your back. I prefer to be on my back. You can have a pillow if you prefer on your or some blankets behind your neck, behind your head. Use an eye pillow or some kind of cover. You are going to drift in and out of consciousness. So just make sure you're comfortable. And I'm going to pause for a minute and let you guys get ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video because I want this to be more of a practice where you're listening and you're not watching me. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes and then I'll start the Yoga Nidra practice. Okay, so today we are going to be doing Yoga Nidra. So this is okay, hi Ryan.
Yeah, I was about to say we lost you there for a second.
No, we're about to start some yoga nidra practice today. So this is a meditation that is so good for finally shutting down the mind, that thinking mind, and relaxing the body and putting it into that safe space so the nervous system can heal and
Yeah.
inner.
Yeah, but we lost you like in mid sentence there for probably 30 minutes, 30 seconds ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Glad we're back. Especially when I don't have my video on. It may look like I just disappeared.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if you knew, so okay. All right.
Thank you. Okay, so this is going to be something that you will be falling in and out of sleep with. So just make sure you're like laying down or in a comfortable position. So when you do go to sleep, it's not like a real sleep. You will be able to still listen to me. It just puts the conscious mind to sleep. So the intention today is going to be heartfelt desire. And you're going to create your own intention. What kind of heartfelt desire have you had? What's the first thing that comes to mind that you've been wanting? And if you think it's something material, dive a little deeper. What is the emotion that you're wanting? Is it safety, security, love, freedom? Go to the source of what you're looking for. Okay, so as you begin your eye rest practice, allow all of your senses to be wide open. Mouth, ears, nose, eyes. Make sure there's nothing crossed. And the tactile sensation of your entire body. Sense the room around you as a sacred space, a protected space. Recognizing that everything you encounter during eye rest now supports your practice of self inquiry. So, in life, everything you taste, smell, hear, see, feel, or think is a messenger sent from beyond to guide you back home to yourself. So, when you experience a momentary fear, an emotion of sadness or joy, or an abrupt sound, all these perceptions have been sent to you as a gift from beyond to guide you back home to yourself. So, let everything that you hear, think, see, or feel be just as it is. And greet each perception as a guest who arrived at the door of your guest house. And welcome each one into your awareness, even the difficult sensation, the difficult emotion, the difficult thought. Welcome each as a messenger sent from beyond so that you can inquire as to the message that it has to help you understand yourself. At first, during Yoga Nidra, you may emphasize each object that arrives: a thought, a sound, a feeling, meeting, greeting, and welcoming each one into your awareness. But there will come a moment when you might emphasize welcoming itself. In this moment, you may fall into being welcoming itself. This welcoming that you are is immeasurable, an openness unfallible to the mind, an expression of your deepest self, your true nature. And as you begin your practice, ask yourself, what is your deepest heartfelt desire? What is it that brought you here today to this practice? Become aware of your deepest heartfelt longing or that prayer that lives inside of you. This may be a spontaneous prayer that has to do with what brought you here. It might be a prayer for yourself, a loved one, or for the world around you, for health, healing, or enlightenment. So find your heartfelt prayer now. And as you do, language it to yourself in the present tense as an already present fact or reality, rather than holding on to your heartfelt prayer for the future, such as, may I be peaceful, at ease, and healthy. Instead, place it in the present tense, like as a description of your true nature of being, as I am peace itself. I am easeful itself. I am perfect health itself. I'm abundance. I am absolute peace. And Diego, for you that's joining, you can get in a comfortable laying position. And we're in the middle of a yoga nidra session right now. And we just started. So right now you're finding your heartfelt prayer, what you feel a longing for. And if you think it's money or something material, dive deeper to what would you feel if you had that thing? Because it usually comes down to a feeling, a longing for something, to feel a different way. So, what is this? Is it safety? Is it security? Is it feeling good enough? Absolute peace, radiant health, your enlightened state of being now. For these are each an essential aspect of your true nature, and they can be now. Your true nature is peace, ease, and health itself. At the relative worldly level of existence, when relative peace arrives, when the body is healthy, and when enlightenment is realized to be the case, all this will be recognized in the present moment of now. So don't wait for some future moment of now to arrive. Feel your heartfelt prayer as already accomplished. Now, an obvious state of fact. And then set your heartfelt prayer aside so that you can return to it later at the end of this Yoga Nidra practice. Now find a place that you've either been to before or it could be a brand new place. So that when you're here, you feel totally relaxed, safe, and secure. Be able to completely surround yourself without concern. It may be a special room, a meadow, a beach, or some other place. I like to think of a waterfall in the middle of a jungle. But when you're here, you feel completely safe and secure. And you are in this special inner sanctuary, this inner resource of safety. Allow all of your senses to come into play. See objects that when you gaze on them, you feel a sense of safety and relaxation. Hear sounds that are soothing, comforting, and relaxing. Touch objects that give you a sense of pleasure and joy. Or even smell and tastings that give you a sense of comfort when you're in a special inner resource. Spend a few moments now allowing this special inner place of safety and comfort to come completely into your awareness. Now that you can return here at any time during your practice of Yoga Nidra or throughout your day, whenever you need to escape from a particular situation or when you need to have a few moments of feeling safe, secure, and comfortable, this is now your place. Bring your attention into your mouth. Sense all the structures of the mouth, the floor, ceiling, walls of the mouth, the teeth, gums, back of the throat, The tongue as a radiant orb of sensation. The entire mouth and tongue as a radiant sensation. Sense, sense tension in the jaw. Be spontaneously drawn to sensations of tension throughout the mouth and jaw. We are not trying to relax. We are simply perceiving sensation. There is no try here. Relaxation comes spontaneously when we deeply meet and welcome each sensation, just as it is. Attend now to the floor of sensation inside the mouth and follow it as a fluid flow of liquid sensation into the inner ears and out toward the outer architecture of each ear. Sense both of your ears simultaneously. Feel each ear, meeting and greeting and welcoming each ear, inside and out, as pure sensation. And sense the eyes, orbs of sensation that radiate sensation, into the temples, into the forehead, back into the head, and up into the crown of the head. Feel the eyes as radiant sensation that flows out in front of the body. The eyes as radiant orbs of sensation that radiate, and feel your way back behind the eyes. Sensation of the eyes flowing all the way through the brain, flowing with sensation back into the back of the head and neck and back behind you, into the space behind the back of the head, behind the body. Give up visualizing with your eyes. Sense your way. Feeling the back of the head and the neck and shoulders, and be spontaneously drawn by sensation that is flowing down the shoulders and into the arms. And find your way down each arm and into the hands. Right shoulder, arm, and hand, and left shoulder, arm, and hand. Be one with sensation as it flows down the arms, meeting, greeting, and welcoming each sensation. Be drawn spontaneously by sensations in the arms and the hands. Feel how the eyes beg to be involved. Let the eyes dissolve into being pure sensation. Relinquish visualizing and perceive the arms and hands as pure sensation. Bring your attention into your throat. Sensation flowing from the throat into the upper torso. Perceive sensation in the upper torso. Upper breathing space. Front and upper back. Middle breathing space. Front and middle back. Lower breathing space. Front and lower back. Note whatever you come upon. Be spontaneously drawn by the flow of sensation in the upper back and the chest, mid abdomen and middle back, lower belly and lower back. Let everything be just as it is, without intention to change anything. Just meeting and welcoming pure sensation in the torso, front and back, noting sensation that the mind might label as comfort or discomfort. Give up the concept of comfort or discomfort and just meet, greet, and be with pure sensation. Sensation in the pelvis, sacrum, sensation in the right thigh and hip, right leg, right foot, sensation in the left hip, left leg, left foot, both feet and legs simultaneously. Pure sensation. Both feet and legs simultaneously. Now allow all of the sensation throughout the entire body, like a symphony. Become one harmonious melody so the entire body is perceived simultaneously. Front and back, right and left sides, inside and outside. Every sensation melting one into the other. The body has a mass of sensation that radiates in all directions simultaneously. Feel the pulse of this radiant body of sensation, simultaneously feeling the entire physical body. Pure sensation. Pure sensation. And note how all of these sensations and whatever else you're experiencing, such as a passing thought, a feeling, an emotion, how everything is constantly changing, coming and going. And as you observe everything coming and going, how everything is constantly changing, feel yourself as an observer of all of this. How everything is coming and going in your awareness. Now, relinquish the observer. Let it melt into being observing. Touch the sensation that you are experiencing. Feel yourself being one with sensation. And then feel yourself dissolving back into this field of observing or witnessing in which all of the sensation is unfolding. And go back and forth. First, being one with everything that is being perceived, welcoming and deeply feeling yourself as pure sensation, each thought, each emotion, pure sensation, pure experiencing. Then allow yourself to dissolve into being witnessing, being the field of awareness in which all of what you're perceiving and experiencing is arising. Witnessing presence that contains it all, not separate from, but aware of. Feeling and experiencing sensation. The body is pure sensation. thoughts as sensation, emotions as sensation. Feel how sensation is constantly moving and changing. And then feel yourself as pure witnessing, pure presence, pure being, unchanging, constantly present as witnessing presence. Sense what is constantly changing amidst this that is unchanging. Briefly note any emotions that may be present in your awareness. Scan the body, legs, pelvis, abdomen, chest, heart, throat, head, shoulders, arms, noting any passing or subtle or substantial emotion that is present. If you note something, joy, sadness, anger, an emotion of happiness, whatever is present as an emotion in your awareness, can you give up the concept of joy, sadness, anger, or happiness and simply experience the actual sensation of joy, sadness, anger, or happiness that is present? Before the concept of it arises in your mind, give up completely the concept of joy or anger and simply experience each sensation of emotion in its nakedness. Give up the concept and meet the pure sensation of the emotion, welcoming each emotion just as it is, pure experiencing. And notice if there are any particular thoughts moving across the screen of your mind or a belief that you take to be true about yourself. It could be a belief that I am a man, or I am a woman, or there is something wrong with me, or I am perfect as I am, or I need to know something. Just know any gross or subtle movement of thought, belief, or self-judgment that is passing across the screen of your mind. And take a moment to briefly review your day, noting any judgments that arose in your mind today towards yourself or another, not analyzing, just noting, just being aware of judgments that are present in your mind, noting how these beliefs pull you into thinking and causes stress, tension, or contraction in the physical body. And if this belief or thought were absent, what would be present instead? What would be the opposite of this belief or thought be? Where do you feel this opposite in your body? And how does experiencing this opposite thought or belief impact your body and your mind? Take a few moments and move between opposites of belief or thought. First experiencing one, and then its opposite. And then hold both simultaneously and see how this acts on you. And feel yourself as the presence, openness, or being in which these thoughts are arising and unfolding. And then take a moment and rest in this quality of being, openness, presence. Note that note the coming and going of sensation. feelings, emotions, thoughts, or beliefs, or the perception of sound. Note how all of these perceptions are coming and going, and note your felt sense of your very presence or being. That is a field of openness or spacious awareness in which all of these movements of sensation, emotion, and thoughts are arising. Feel your way into being this spacious openness. Don't remain separate as an observer or witness, but melt into your spacious presence. And imagine it's this evening. You're laying in bed, falling asleep into this spacious openness. Sleep is arising in your spacious openness. Dreaming is arising in your spacious openness. And then waking up tomorrow morning and observing the day's activities unfolding in your spacious openness. So that each moment that you're sensing and feeling what's present, sensing a thought, perceiving an emotion, perceiving a sensation, eating, walking, talking, all unfolding in your spacious presence, feeling each moment infused with presence, with your spacious beingness, each moment, each activity unfolding just as it is in your immeasurable and timeless presence. Just as it is in this moment, everything present, just as it is right now, unfolding in your spacious presence. Feel yourself as welcoming itself, welcoming each and every sensation, emotion, and thought, and welcoming itself. And in this moment of being welcoming itself, being heartfelt presence, welcome back your heartfelt prayer. See how it arrives in this moment. It may be as it was earlier, or it may have changed. Feel its resonance now as a present moment reality. An obvious statement of reality right now. And experience now the world reawakening in you, in your spacious presence, all of your senses coming back to their natural functioning, sounds, sights. Listen to the sounds around you and allow each sound to reveal the spacious presence in which they are arising. The openness in which all sound is unfolding. Feel yourself as a vast infiniteness of spacious presence in which your body and mind are living, so that in the midst of your daily life, during a conversation, at work, at home, or play, feel yourself as a vast, open, spacious presence of awareness in which your daily life is unfolding. Now take a few minutes, slowly returning to your eyes open and alert state of consciousness. All the while, keep sensing the spacious openness that you are, so you recognize your presence as always present in the midst of every moment and every life circumstance. When you feel ready, you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes and slowly opening your eyes. And when you guys feel ready, let me know what you think and how you're feeling.
Say it again.
What?
What'd you say?
Oh, I said just whenever you guys are ready, just let me know how you're feeling and thinking. What did you think about the yoga nidra?
It's pretty neat.
I felt super relaxed. I like the the eyes visualization in the back of your head and your brain. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that activated something.
Oh yeah. There's that was the first layer of yoga nidra. It actually goes deeper and deeper. If you guys like this, I could do a session like once a month, or I could do a few sessions and have it recorded in the group.
Mm.
But there's quite a bit, and it goes deeper and deeper where like even in one of them they we take you outside of your body and you feel like you take up the whole room, then you take up the whole house, then you take up the whole city, and then you take up the whole world, then you take up like the universe, and you actually feel so expansive. It's really I really like that one.
It's pretty weird whenever you talking when you got to my back. Something was going on with my back, my upper back.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it tightened up. It was weird.
it brings a lot of awareness to yourself and to the world around you too. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, but that part of my back's never been hurt. I messed up my back 10 years ago in the middle. So if I have trouble, that's where it's at. So this is a different spot. So it's yeah.
hmm Sometimes they say whenever you have, is the pain like more, or was it more around here? This
No,
area?
it was in my spine. Oh, probably 3 inches below my shoulders.
Oh, oh, kind of like where your heart is,
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
the back of your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You may have a hard time like with receiving love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that may be what that was opening up. And then I'm not sure what your heartfelt desire was, but maybe it was helping that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that's a one way to meditate. That's one way to regulate your nervous system. That does kind of bring your senses online. It's really healing, not just for the nervous system, but it's just healing for the body, for the mind. Because it takes you from being in this like hyperactive state and just constantly like kind of being more in the worldly things, and it takes you back to like, hey, remember that you're bigger than this, that you're not just the observer, but you're behind the observer too. And I think that's really cool to be able to feel that distinction that you're this body, but you're more than this body. And you can recognize both thinking.
We're spiritual beings living a physical reality.
hmm Yeah, we're souls having a human experience. I find it funny when people come to me and they're like, "Oh, should I learn how to astral project? Should I learn how to do all this?" I'm like, "You're here to have a human experience. Quit trying to avoid it. Stay in the body until you die." But no, that's, I mean, you can do all that if you want to. It's just that's what we're here for. We're here to experience all this. Like whenever you're not in the human body, you can't kiss, you can't eat food, you can't do all the things that we can feel, all of our senses. Like even having the emotions of anger and rage and even grief. Like if you just imagine not being able to feel anything ever again and just being one with everything, like literally, like just a fabric of everything. Like, and you don't get to have individual experiences, you just are. I mean, it's cool to be just, being, but like this is pretty cool too. because you get to have experiences and sensations. And even whenever you let go, what I found was when I finally let go of the thought that I shouldn't have certain emotions, or like I shouldn't have certain thoughts, I shouldn't be like this or I shouldn't be like that. And I just let go of that and I was like, I'm gonna feel angry. I'm angry. I'm gonna feel it, without taking it out on someone else, because that would make me feel bad too. Just allowing myself to feel the emotion felt really good, actually. It wasn't the emotion that felt bad, it was my thought about the emotion that felt bad. Like even sadness, having a good cry. I mean, it sucks to be sad about something, whatever caused the experience, but the emotion itself, feeling the emotion and expressing it, not in a bad way, but just having the emotion and expressing it physically in the body, does that really actually feel bad? Most of the time, like what we think feels bad isn't the emotion itself, it's the thought we have about having the emotion. Yeah, Erica, man, it's so I used to not let myself like have a lot of emotions. I would intellectualize them a lot. And it it kind of keeps you stuck in a story when you intellectualize instead of feel. And like I finally let go of like thinking I shouldn't, cry, or I shouldn't do this or I shouldn't do that, and started allowing myself to do it. Man, what a release. It feels so good. Emotions feel good to have them. I don't care which ones they are. They actually feel good if you just allow the feeling to be and just let the sensation be what it is and quit thinking the thought that's making you feel bad about it. You know, try it next time. Let me know what you think. And, they talk about people know about having orgasms physically, but did you know you can have one mentally? Yeah. Like that's, yeah, man, some of the stuff that I've studied is pretty interesting. When you have like a Kundalini awakening, it's almost like that. Like, some people would say that is the Kundalini awakening, but I've also heard what people consider Kundalini awakenings. But um, basically, when the feminine masculine energy is rising up your spine. And this is like when you allow the energy of all it is to flow really through you and you don't have any blocks along the way, which in our bodies where our nervous system cross, these are called chakras, actually, in Sanskrit, or they're meridian points. So our nervous system, where they cross, it has this, and these points in people can be blocked energetically. And some people are like, "Oh, I don't believe in energy." You're an electrical being. You're an electrically magnetic being. Like physics wise, like it's not, oh no, that's up for discussion. It's not. And so you have electricity flowing through you, and in these points, this electricity that's flowing through you, or energy, whatever you want to call it, is if it's got blocks, it's not flowing right. So that means you're not getting the flowing energy flowing all the way through you like you should. So you don't have access to everything. So these blocks, it's the point is to open up every point where it's crossing, because it kind of spirals everything from a masculine spirals. So it spirals up your spine and into your brain. And this is not something, some people try to force it sooner than they should, and then they have like really bad experiences. But if it's something that you allow it to happen when it should by actually working on yourself, then you can have a really great awakening experience. And that's what they consider the orgasm of the brain, as when the energy is actually all the way flowing through you and you actually reach that enlightenment feeling. But you actually have to be a higher vibration than love to get to that. It's really true enlightenment and authenticity, being who you really are. It's really letting go of all the resistance that's not you, that allows that to happen. And it's the things that we've held on to that like clogs up our vessel that creates these lack of flow in these places. So love, you remember the map of consciousness? So love itself, I'll pull it up real quick so I can just show you guys. So this was inspired by Dr. David R. Hawkins. Love his work. Okay. So map of consciousness. So this is like the chakras and also the flow of energy. So when you're like barely flowing, you're down here and you're in this place of illusion, ego, separatism. It doesn't feel good because you're mainly in your head, like in these areas, and it makes you feel bad. And like then up here, you're stepping out. You got courage. This is where you start feeling better. Truth starts revealing itself. You're more positive, productive. Things are getting done now. Like down here is a lot of hard work, and it doesn't seem like you get anywhere. Here, you're getting somewhere finally. Here, miracles are happening. And this is where it starts is love, actually, for this part. And this is like also you rising up, your energy rising up, the frequencies rising up, but this is also how the Kundalini rises up too in yourself. So as the energy is rising up, here's a sacral, the root that has to do with money, sex, any survival stuff, the red and the orange, sacral, and then power. That's your sacral area right here. That's going to be the solar plexus. I mean, and that's going to be like where you're trying to control everything. This is where you see people more controlling in this area. And then this is when it starts getting into the heart, the green with the chakras. This is where you start feeling like, okay, I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to do it anyways. I may be scared, but I'm doing it anyways. Or you have this inner trust, this knowing, and then willingness. And this is where it starts going up into thinking and intellect. This is where we're more in the head. And this is reason. And this is where a lot of scientists stop because they don't realize that the extra power, because this is all physical, reason and below, that's physical. This is where most men stop actually too, because the masculine energy pretty much stops there. And well, this is where feminine and masculine actually come together here, but this is more feminine in nature. And so the masculine tends to be more physical, and while the feminine is more metaphysical. And so when you're up in here, and this is how like kind of marry in the heart, from the metaphysical to the physical coming together in the heart section. Like this stuff gets really deep. But and so this love and above, this is where enlightenment is actually almost twice the vibration at 1,000 as love. And joy and peace are actually above love and vibration. So this is the magic spot. And when you hit enlightenment, this is when you have that like mental orgasm kind of thing. It to me now I've had moments where I feel like I've been there. I don't know, but I honestly felt like I plugged into God and it was the best. I just wanted to sit there. And but this right here, this peace, joy, all of that above love, those are higher vibrations. So if you want to have that, you actually love is when you start entering that state to be able to have that. You have to go all the way up. And that's like self-actualization is what Maslow would call it. He was a psychiatrist, and it was like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which kind of follows this too. Self-actualization, only like 1% of the population ever reaches it because a lot of people just don't do all the internal work. You could do all the external work you want to. That's only going to get you so far, and the highest you can with external work really is reason. And that's more masculine because input equals output with masculine energy. So that's as high as you can get with that. Even a man without him in integrating his feminine energy, he can't reach these states. But this isn't meant to be a man becomes like a yogi and has a hair bun and all that kind of stuff either. So like there's definitely a difference there in that. But that's why we're supposed to marry the two in us. Not sure. I totally went off a little bit on all that, But yeah, you're supposed to, like, men, since you're your man, that's why I was bringing that up. That's where my thoughts came together, was you being a man and asking how can you go above love and all that. You actually have to marry your feminine energy inside of yourself. You have to know when to bring it up and when to have it, and not let it act out too much, and not let it not have a space either. Does that make sense? All right. I'll assume it made sense. Um, okay, so I'll check my chat just in case. Perfectly. All right. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so that was it for today. Did you guys have any questions or anything else that you wanted to bring up? Awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today. Next week, we are going to be going over a little bit more about nervous system regulation and things that you can do to help regulate yourself, more like this. And then the week after that, we'll start on to a new theme. All right, you guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.